るもの雨は0セント空の早と期待に輝く金色の和紙
Ubisoft is having a sale, and honestly, it's pretty damn generous of them. The pricing isn't bad. For Honor's $20. Surprising, you know. Origins, if you want that, right now it's going for $35, which I'm astonished they're letting it go for that much. It's actually a really good game. But, yeah, you know, any of these games, I'm guessing it's since Far Cry 5. This is what I wanted to talk about. Now, I'm guessing that they're doing this generous, very, very fucking generous sale because something in Far Cry 5... I'm only throwing this out there. I have no reason to have any proof that this is true, but this is just my guess. The microtransactions are gonna piss us off. I'm calling it now. The microtransactions are probably going to piss us the fuck off. Something is gonna piss us off when it comes to this. You already got the pre-order, deluxe edition, booster, gold edition, deluxe bonus, your mom's anus edition. Bullshit. Like, what the fuck? Let's take a look at the pricings of those, though. At least it's not 90, I guess. You know what? I could at least say that, you know. You're not going for 100 on it, but still, that's ridiculous. Either way, I'm only throwing this out there as my opinion. I believe that the reason that they're having this amazing sale for anybody who hasn't played any games that Origin owns, you know, and they're really, really good pricings, is because I think they're trying to soften the blow for what's about to happen with Far Cry 5. I really, really think that's what's going to happen here. And it's coming out in 2 days, so we already have word about the microtransactions. Some people have early copies of the game. You know, I don't ask companies for early copies, nor do I have the subscriber base for that either way. You know, I have to pay for everything, so I'm gonna have to wait until word is out about this before I touch the thing. I don't buy games anymore now until I look into them. I have to, because the microtransaction shit is just fucking ridiculous. And, you know, my main thing is I'm really hoping that if I hope they don't, like, copyright claim my video because there was some footage, but, you know, I'm really hoping that there's a lot to do in this fucking game. Now, on to the CNN thing about digital boot camps. Yeah, again, take this with a lot of sarcasm, because, I mean, I feel there's a little truth to it, but at the same time, I'm being extremely fucking sarcastic. Just to be 100% clear. I don't want anybody getting mad at me and thinking that I'm seriously thinking that I'm getting all these skills from video games. No. Okay, let's get that out of the way now. I don't want anybody trying to, like, take my words out of context. Or, you know, think I'm an idiot. I don't believe in digital boot camps. I've been playing video games for years, and I will tell you this right now. People have made me more violent than video games. There have been many a times where people have made me mad, and I went to video games to vent that anger, and it cooled me off right away. Aside from all that, let's talk about digital boot camps, and let's go down my little estimation here. And, you know, I don't know, I might throw in some other shit that I've been holding off talking about, because I've learned that my video editor kind of has a bug where if I go past 30 minutes, it can corrupt on export. If I go past 30 minutes, there are chances that it may corrupt on export, especially if I edit anything around the video itself too. That's what's been holding me back right now. I'm doing a lot of the self-edits with my videos, like special effects or any add-ons or photos added over things and shit like that. I've been kind of holding off, waiting for bug fixes from, you know, the video editor creator. And yeah, a lot of times if I go like batshit crazy and spend hours working on a project, putting a lot of fucking effort into it, adding, you know, shit tons of editing work, actually putting stuff in to make it my own type of thing, altering it, or like video games, adding stuff in the games like I did before in the past. If it's above 30 minutes, there's a high chance it's gonna corrupt. And matter of fact, there was a, Alex Jones? Yeah, Alex Jones. There was a whole Alex Jones thing I tried to do at one point that I couldn't do at all because my video editor would corrupt, and after looking into it, it had to do with the amount of editing. If you did like way too much editing on one certain part of a clip that you were working on, it could cause corruption on export, and you know, blah 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 blah. I'm gonna shut up. Let's get on to the fucking digital boot camp talk, because I feel like we need to talk about that still.
I wish my father was here.
Hello, son! Timmy Turner, my name is Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. Thank you for locating my long-lost son, Dale Dimmadome, heir to the Dimsdale Dimmadome fortune. Everything will pay you for your kindness. All you need to do is ask.
Dimmadome, the owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
That's right.
So, the new topic, or the new thing is, violent video games make you a violent person and more likely to do violent things and everything. So what I've decided to do is we're going to go and look at all the violent video games and also all the non-violent video games I have, and we're going to pretty much look at my skill sets now, since if violent video games turn you into a violent person, that would mean that video games that aren't violent turn you into other types of people as well. So we're going to go over every single game I own through Steam. We're going to take a look at them, and also the games I own on Origin, and we're going to try to see if we can take a wild guess at my skill sets in life and all the things that I have mastered over the years through these boot camps, these digital boot camps that I play on a constant basis. Now, the first digital boot camp I would like to bring into attention, since I feel like I've mastered more things in life because of this game in particular. If violent video games make you a violent person, then I also feel that, you know, other video games should be able to do the same effects. They should make you those certain types of people too. Now, The Sims is a game I've been playing since Sims 1, and I play The Sims 4 very often. I play The Sims Medieval, and let's take a gander with just The Sims right now. And we're going to try to take an estimate of my skill sets. Now, in The Sims, there are various types of skill sets in which you can master as a person living out your life in a simulated world for any type of reason you would like to. So, in those cases, I have mastered guitar, piano, violin, pipe organ, programming, scientist. I've fucking mastered... What else is there in that game? I became a master vampire, so I must be one of those too as well. I must have vampiric powers in my life. I must somehow be able to use them. I just haven't figured it out yet, because violent video games make you violent. The Sims 4 must have given me vampiric powers, not to mention the other games that do that too, because I have a couple other vampire games that I must have mastered vampiric ways at some point, because at some point these violent video games made me violent, so at some point The Sims 4 made me a master at guitar, violin, pipe organ, programming, computers, fixing every item in my house, pretty much, you know. I don't need a plumber, electrician, none of that shit. The Sims 4 is all you need. You want to be a master at killing people, you buy Call of Duty. You want to be a master electrician, you buy Sims 4. That's how it works. Now, let's go over to, well, you know, that's just a portion of my library here. Like Battlefield, here's my boot camp where I learn how to murder people. Whenever I want to hone my gun skills in real life and my murder skills, I go over to my digital boot camp, Battlefield 4. But whenever I want to hone my guitar, violin, plumbing, and electrician skills, I go over to my digital boot camp, Sims 4. Because, you know, also, since if I ever, just in case, need to be an undercover soldier type thing and sabotage a government, the saboteur has me covered on that, and I'll be able to gather my masses against it. Alice in Wonderland has prepared me for any crazy nightmares that may happen in the world. You never know when reality might shift into non-reality. Dead Space has prepared me for any space endeavor in which my space crew turns into crazy aliens and I have to fight my way through. Dragon Age Inquisition has prepared me for the medieval ages. Apparently I could use a sword, shield, all of that, bow and arrow, any of those things. I'm a master at that. Medal of Honor, if I was back there in the day of World War II, I've already gone through my digital boot camp training. World War I or II, whichever game this is based on, I'd have been ready because I did my digital boot camp. Jade Empire, Kung Fu Master, you don't want to fuck with me. I'll tell you one thing, I got to the final boss in this game and couldn't beat him, but I got that far, so at least I'm that far good at Kung Fu, and I had to fight a lot of hardcore motherfuckers, so Kung Fu Mastery, we got that. We don't gotta worry about anybody slipping, oh, that came out wrong. We don't have to worry about anybody slipping up on me thanks to Jade Empire. I mastered Kung Fu a long time ago. Plants vs. Zombies. If plants ever become alive and zombies happen, I can raise my army of plants to defend and create barricades. This game has taught me, this digital boot camp, has taught me how to set up barricades across areas and defenses in order to defend a perimeter, because, you know, digital boot camps teach you how to do things in real life that could potentially be dangerous. This game, Plants vs. Zombies, I'd like to point out, has specifically taught me how to set up a defensive perimeter around my house in case of a zombie invasion. I am ready to set up defensive perimeters with plants. I am prepared, thanks to Plants vs. Zombies. If the government were to ever attack or anything like that, I can set up defensive perimeters. Thank you, Plants vs. Zombies, for your digital boot camp. Car racing? Pfft, I've been playing Need for Speed since before it had loot boxes. Best way to put it. I'm ready for that. Street racing, man, I'm a master at that shit. I've been playing racing games since I was a little kid. That ain't even anywhere near. Now we get into the Steam library with a lot more games. Assassin's Creed. We all see that I've been playing those for years, so I'm a master assassin, too. You better watch out when I'm around. You won't see, hear, or notice me, even if I wear the flashiest outfit in front of everybody. I could murder 10 people and nobody would know it's me. Hell, cops could come at me, and I'd be able to defend myself and take 'em all down. Ain't nothing gonna stop me thanks to my digital boot camp Assassin's Creed hand-to-hand melee combat skills that I have learned. BioShock. This digital boot camp has taught me how to survive in an underwater climate if I were to ever infiltrate an underwater military base. Thanks to this digital boot camp, I am totally ready for anything that will be thrown at me. Borderlands. Well, I don't know what type of digital boot camp this one could be. This is, I guess, if the world gets taken over by raiders and shit, I'm ready for that. But, here we go. Call of Duty. My digital boot camps that have taught me years on how to murder people and use firearms appropriately, because it was completely the same picking up a real assault rifle in real life when I bought mine years back and, you know, picked it up it was exactly the same as picking one up in a video game. Hell, shooting a gun at a range is exactly the same as shooting a gun in a video game. You don't have to have any experience aiming down the sights at all. You just literally quick trigger, or what do you call it? I forget what the kids call it. The kids cool nowadays. What do they use? What's that term the kids cool use when they're playing their digital boot camps? Quick scopes. There we go. You can quick scope and everything. Pick up a gun. If you've played one of these digital boot camps, all you got to do is go to any gun store and you're a master at that. You can infiltrate, dominate, hold a position, anything. These digital boot camps have taught me how to do it all. Chivalry. This digital boot camp in particular has taught me how to fight medieval combat in various situations. In case I ever need to pick up my sword and shield, I'm ready. In case I need to pick up a bow, I'm ready. Depth. This digital boot camp has taught me how to defend against sharks. In case I ever go scuba diving with a team of friends, we're ready to get our defenses and weapons and all that prepared to fight against any massive horde of sharks that just thirst for blood for some reason. Dark Souls. This digital boot camp has prepared me for hell. That's the best way to put that one. Duke Nukem. This digital boot camp has prepared me to chew bubble gum and kick ass, and I'm pretty sure I said that wrong. This digital boot camp, Dragon Ball Z, has prepared me to summon my inner Saiyan and go Super Saiyan and fly and shoot energy with my hands, because digital boot camps teach you how to do these things, and this is what I have mastered thanks to Dragon Ball Z. I can do a Kamehameha and destroy a whole city if I wanted to. Dungeon Defenders, another game that has taught me how to defend perimeters and set up defenses. Not only defenses on which to hold back enemies, but also defenses on which to fight enemies. This digital boot camp in particular has taught me how to set up defenses on which not only to hold a perimeter, but also to defend that perimeter. It can, literally, I know how to set up, turrets and all that, to defend my perimeters thanks to this digital boot camp. Thanks to the Oblivion, this digital boot camp has prepared me to survive in medieval settings, such as a medieval timeline. If I were ever to be thrown in time, back in time, to medieval ages, Oblivion, Skyrim, maybe. All three of these have taught me. These digital boot camps have given me the knowledge necessary to survive in these situations. Fallout. This series is another digital boot camp that has prepared me for all various manner of situations, whether it be explosives, guns, or ambushes of any type, from zombies, animals, people, or even power armor. It also, thanks to this digital boot camp, I am now able to create my own bombs, guns, weapons, modify these weapons as well. I haven't had to look up anything on Google, thanks to Fallout 3, 4, and New Vegas. All these games have, these digital boot camps, have taught me how to make my own weapons, my own bombs, my own drugs, as a matter of fact. I learned how to make drugs thanks to Fallout, because digital boot camps have taught me how to be a master at all these things. Gary's Mod. This digital boot camp has literally taught me how to manipulate reality itself, set up things in places that I want them to be. Like, let's say I have my phone in the counter in front of me. Now it's on the counter over there. Thanks to this digital boot camp, I have learned how to do such things. I can create things with my mind. I can make people appear when they're not supposed to be there. I can multiply people if I wanted to. This digital boot camp has trained me enough to be able to do such things. Grand Theft Auto. This digital boot camp in particular has taught me how to be a crime lord. With all the knowledge I have accumulated over the years of Grand Theft Auto, and these aren't even all the GTA games I've played, I can officially say I am ready and I have finished my digital boot camp training to run my own crime syndicates and organizations. Star Wars Lego has made me an expert at Star Wars, so I can use the Force now too. Thanks to this digital boot camp, I am able to use the Force and lightsabers in ways no man has ever seen before. If you haven't stepped on your digital boot camp training, I'd highly suggest, if you're trying to become a Jedi or a Sith. You start playing some Lego Star Wars or some Star Wars games of any kind, because that's how you do it. Digital boot camp. Mortal Kombat, this very graphic, violent game, Digital Boot Camp, has taught me how to brutally murder anyone who steps in front of me through various methods of combat. I am a master at various weaponry and hand-to-hand skills. MMA ain't got shit on me. Definitely not after I've gone through Digital Boot Camp Mortal Kombat, horrible, horrible graphic game. The years I've spent through these games have trained me in so many ways in brutal murder that it's not even funny. I could rip a man's head straight from his body and still have the spinal cord intact, thanks to my knowledge I have accumulated over the years through Mortal Kombat Digital Boot Camp. Portal has taught me how to use portal guns. With the knowledge at this digital boot camp, I have learned how to use and solve many puzzles that involve portal guns in case I am ever thrown into such a scenario, or I ever want to destroy the world with a portal gun. I have learned the knowledge necessary to do so through this digital boot camp. Payday. This digital boot camp in particular has taught me how to rob banks, houses, pretty much anything. Anything that has to do with robbery or crime, I'm a master at it thanks to this digital boot camp. I don't need anybody else's. I just need a team of at least 4 people who have played this game and no other knowledge whatsoever, and we could totally rob a bank, drill into the fucking vaults, blow open everything with explosives that we made ourselves and all that, because this digital boot camp in particular will teach you the skill sets needed and necessary in order to do such a thing. Oh man. And, you know, I'm only touching a few of the games in my list. I'm not even going through all of my games. Like, that's like the funniest part. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Thanks to this game, I have learned how to use my vampiric powers in ways that normal civilians will not be able to find out that I am a vampire. Thanks to this game, I can hide my vampiric ways, learn my mastery in vampire, and be able to use them in normal day average situations without being discovered. Or, you know, fucking up and crossing the covenant and being discovered too much so they have to kill me type situation. So, you know, that digital boot camp kind of does have a downside, so if you get caught using your skills from this in real life, they will kill you. So, you know, be careful with this digital boot camp in particular. If you're gonna learn skill sets to use in real life, don't get caught because they will kill you. That's kind of part of the covenant, I guess, or whatever they call it. The Witcher, this game in particular, has taught me the skill sets necessary to fight monsters and spirits and other types of things. I can hunt down werewolves or any other type of thing. If I were to go out now, get my gear, go out in the night, I have the skill sets needed thanks to this digital boot camp right here. Many things can be learned. Oh, sleeping dogs. Thanks to sleeping dogs, I have all the skill sets needed to be an undercover cop and work in an undercover organization or any undercover operation. This game teaches you all the necessary... this digital boot camp teaches you all the necessary things needed to know to be an undercover agent in a gang, and all the things you would need to know how to keep your cover as well, all the brutal things you'll have to do, whatnot. Everything you need to know to be an undercover agent, you can learn in this digital boot camp. Just like violent video games make you a violent person, digital boot camps about being an undercover cop will make you a better undercover cop. So I suggest any undercover cops that aren't good at their job, you play Sleeping Dogs and get some digital boot camp hours in on this, because this digital boot camp will teach you what you need to know. Nazi zombies. This digital boot camp has taught me how to fight zombies of the Nazi kind. In case they were to ever come back from the dead, I am prepared for such a scenario in multiple weapon sets as well. Sonic Adventures 2. This game has taught me how to go fast. Oh, also, Trump said that there needs to be a rating system for video games.
I'm hearing more and more people say the level of violence on video games is really shaping young people's thoughts. And maybe they have to put a rating system for that.
You know, it's almost as though Google search doesn't exist.